Well, I don't really wonder about divorces, but it does cross your mind every once in a while. Hey, do these divorces make me less valuable? Reality TV watchers saw Kody Brown deal with the stresses of having 4 marriages, almost 20 children, and being in the spotlight for years. I have also chosen to leave. I'm leaving Kody. Leave right away. It's a tough choice. To be happy, I need to make a choice. Things changed though when Christine Brown chose to leave. The world saw a woman taking back her freedom, but Kody was scared in ways that fans didn't fully understand. Some of my confidence was taken away, and now I feel weak and stupid. Kody is finally coming out after months of silence and news stories about Christine's new life, and he's not being cool when he talks. It does not reflect. It's rough and defensive, and it's not at all like the calm image he used to try to keep up. Kody Brown finally says something bad about Christine. What started out as a quiet breakup has turned into something much worse. Let's read the story that reveals who everyone really is. The end of an era. Christine Brown did something quiet but powerful in November 2021 that sent shockwaves through one of reality TV's strangest families. After being spiritually married to Kody Brown for more than 25 years, she told everyone on Instagram that they were splitting up. It took a long time to make the choice. The friendship between Christine and Kody had been getting worse for years as people watched Sister Wives. But up until that point, Christine had always been a part of the picture. Even though there was strain, she was raising children, dealing with the chaos of having more than one spouse, and figuring out how the Brown family worked. When she left, things changed in a big way. Christine's exit was a symbolic crack in the family foundation that Kody had spent decades building. This family used to be the public face of modern polygamy. By leaving, she started a chain of events that would change the way the Browns lived, loved, and interacted with each other forever. Kody had been married 4 times, once legally and 3 times spiritually. His first formal marriage was to Mary in 1990. After that, he was spiritually married to Janelle in 1993 and to Christine the following year. Robin became a part of the family in 2010. On paper, Kody divorced Mary in 2014 so that he could marry Robin and adopt her kids from a previous marriage. The structure was complex, but it looked like it was whole until Christine left. That changed when Christine left. She had been unhappy for years with how she was treated and her place in the family. She raised her kids without much help and often felt like a single parent. At times that were caught on tape, Christine said that she felt ignored, emotionally unsupported, and cut off from Kody and the other sister wives. Being your wife for years has broken my heart. I asked for your help and I still ask for it. I also asked you to be my partner and you're not here. But it's hard to leave a spiritual marriage in the world of polygamy. There is no paperwork or court process, there is only a choice and a limit. Christine's choice to go public with it was a big break from the structure she had been living under for more than 20 years. After that, things just kept happening one after the other. In the months after Christine's announcement, watchers could see that the rest of the Brown family was starting to fall apart. Already tense situations got worse because of the pandemic. Kody had a lot of strict rules that he stuck to, which made him angry with some family members. It also made things worse between the wives, especially Robin, who tended to agree with Kody's choices, and the others who felt left out or ignored. People had long thought that Janelle was the most independent of the sister wives, but she started to wonder where she fit in the family. By the end of 2022, it was clear that she had also broken up with Kody. She had hit the same point as Christine where it didn't make sense for her to keep dating him. Mary then came. Kody and her relationship had been tense for years, especially after a story about catfishing and years of being emotionally apart. On paper, they were still spiritually linked, but in real life things were very different. Kody told everyone in late 2022 that he no longer thought of Mary as his wife. I don't really think of Mary as my wife. I would tell her she could marry someone else if she wanted to. I wouldn't fight with her about it. Soon after, Mary revealed that their relationship was officially over. By early 2023, there was only one wife left, Robin. Robin, who had been married legally since 2014, became Kody's main focus during the pandemic, something that the other wives and watchers were aware of. In just 2 years, what was once a huge plural family with 4 wives, 18 children, and a public goal to fight polygamy stereotypes had shrunk down to just 1 couple. The change was huge. Kody used to be proud of being able to handle the needs of 4 wives and keep the family dynamic complicated, but now he was facing a very different reality. The dream of a united family of different kinds had come to an end. The picture of love, unity, and plural harmony that he had told his sister wives about was at best a vague memory. The way people thought about the Brown family also changed. What was once seen as an attempt in a different kind of open-minded family structure now looked like a story that should be used as a warning. Christine's leaving was the first crack in the wall, but it was also a statement. One woman who used to believe in polygamy had had enough, and other women soon joined her. Christine's decision to leave changed the Brown family's whole path and set the tone for everything that came after. It was the end of an age, but the problems were just getting started. And now Kody is going to say something bad about Christine. Brand new book. By ending her marriage to Kody Brown, Christine Brown closed one door and opened a brand new one. The next thing that happened was a change that not many people thought would happen so quickly or in such public. Christine started a new chapter in her life with clarity, confidence and, perhaps most surprisingly, she had spent decades managing life in a polygamous marriage. Fans began to notice that Christine's social media use had changed in early 2023. She seemed to be happier as she looked lighter and more lively. She went back to Utah to be nearer her kids and grandkids. Because of the move, the mood was very different. It was clear she wasn't just trying to calm down anymore. She worked hard to make a life she loved. Then there was the surprise message that made everyone look around. Christine had met someone new and loved, and his name is David Woolley. In an emotional post on Valentine's Day 2023, Christine told everyone about David on Instagram. It wasn't just the emotional weight of the news that made it go viral. It was also how quickly the relationship seemed to have grown. David, who was divorced and had 8 children, was very different from Kody Brown. He had a more normal one-woman life without any of the drama of reality TV. People didn't know much about him until Christine brought him to their attention. He ran his own building company. Sister Wives fans talked about how different David's presence felt. In a way that felt pleasantly simple, Christine seemed grounded, supported, and most of all truly loved. Christine and David started to post a lot about each other on social media after that. They went on road trips, had dinner together as a family, and mixed their lives in real time. People were used to seeing sister-wives relationships build up slowly and with a lot of fights. Instead, it was marked by happiness and ease. It was clear that Christine was doing well. Christine told the public in April 2023 that she and David were engaged, only 2 months after going public. Some people were surprised by how quickly they got engaged, but Christine didn't say sorry. She made updates full of joy and photos of the moment he asked her to marry him. She said she was living her dream life. She felt left out of her complicated family situation for years, but now she made her own decisions, told her own story and told her fans about her happiness. She no longer needed other people to agree with her. She was making up her own play. They got married in Moab, Utah on October 7, 2023. It was a special romantic event with family and friends present. Christine looked beautiful in her white lace dress as she posed with David for pictures at the event. Later, the event was shown in a wedding special on TLC, where Christine talked about how she felt before the service and how far she had come since she and Kody broke up. There was one time that stood out. Christine told the cameras that she finally felt like she was marrying the person she had always loved. That word soulmate hit home. It was very different from the words she used in her plural marriage. When they were together, they felt a sense of duty, commitment, and shared care. It was now about love. Real love that goes both ways. I didn't know there would be so much love around us. Christine also talked about how David encouraged her to be independent. She talked about how he respected her, listened to what she had to say, and always was there for her and her kids. Every time Christine talked or wrote something, it seemed like she had stepped into a much better and happier present. It couldn't have been more different from her old life. Christine often said that she didn't feel seen or respected in the world of sister wives, where people have more than one husband. She felt loved when she was with David. In a poly marriage, she often raised her kids by herself and had a hard time getting attention. She had a partner in every way with David. From the beginning, her kids were happy about the bond. A few of them told everyone how happy they were to see their mom in love again. In a talk, Christine's daughter Mayolte Padron said that David showed her mother a side she hadn't seen in years. The Brown kids could not deny the change. They had grown up seeing their mother put herself last. People who had been watching Christine's story for more than 10 years felt a sense of relief. After many years of trying, the woman who had been married to more than one person was finally getting her happily ever after. Not by giving in or waiting, but by making a choice and starting over. Christine is taking back control of her life, finding joy again, and showing that it's never too late to change your story. For decades she's been a part of someone else's story. Now she's finally building her own. And the story of love looks like a love story for the first time in a long time. I changed so quickly. As you might guess, this didn't go over well with her ex-husband, but at first it didn't seem that bad. How people reacted to Kody. Kody Brown didn't show how he really felt right away when Christine Brown broke up with him in 2021. Kody kept his cool at first, which was strange for someone who had been on national TV for over a decade managing various relationships. In his first comments, he seemed to admit what was going on with a mix of detached reflection and cautious acceptance. But as time went on and Christine's freedom became more well-known and praised, Kody's mood began to change. After Christine left,
Kody talked about the breakup on Sister Wives and in talks with the media over the next few months. At first he spoke in a pretty calm way. A source said it was fun to see Christine fall in love again. At first listen, it sounded like a man was okay with what was going on. He even said he was glad for her. That thought didn't last long though. As more shows came out and showed how the family split affected the show, it became clear that Kody was finding it hard to keep up that calm front. His words became more angry as they went on. In an interview he said that Christine's choice to leave made him feel betrayed. He said that she was rejecting not only him but also the whole family structure they had built together. He said it hurt a lot to be betrayed. He thought Christine had made the choice on her own, without trying hard enough to make peace or work through their problems. Kody said that he thought Christine had given up on the marriage instead of trying to save it. That story was very different from what people had seen over the years. Christine kept saying she was unhappy and felt emotionally ignored, but all she got in return was disinterest. Still, Kody felt like the split was a failure in his life. Not just because his marriage ended but also because it showed holes in the personality he had built as the head of a large family. The fact that Christine was leaving made him face the boundaries of his power, which he didn't like. After that, Kody made a series of comments that got more and more angry and defensive. Kody told Sister Wives that he was angry at Christine in a very direct moment that was caught on camera. He said he doesn't want to stay friends with her or keep up a good co-parenting relationship. Instead, he wants to hate her for a while. No longer could they act like everything was okay. The anger had come to the surface. Fans who had been following the Brown family story from the start found the change in tone shocking. Kody, who had talked about love, unity and mental growth before, seemed filled with anger and pride now. He started to doubt Christine's intentions and even said she might have turned the other wives against him by manipulating them. He thought that her leaving wasn't just about her but also about politics. He was annoyed that Christine had been so clear about why she was going. The whole point is that she never asked me if it was okay if I didn't stay at her house. I should not do it, she told me. He also said she was making up stories about him to make him look bad instead of owning up to the fact that they were growing emotionally distant. Kody said again that he thought Christine had swayed the crowd and the rest of the family against him. As the story went on in the TV show, Kody's opinions became less consistent. He went back and forth between saying he loved his family and getting angry at the people he thought had hurt him. He said he was sick of being the bad guy while making harsh comments about Christine's character and goals. One thing that kept coming up in his responses was the loss of control. Kody was the main person in the Brown family for years, keeping the 4 wives and almost 20 kids in line. When Christine left, he lost that job. She didn't ask for help. She didn't try to get acceptance. She left in public and walked away with her head held high. That freedom seemed to touch a nerve. As Christine's new life began to take shape, and as other family members began to question their own relationships with Kody, he became more defensive in public. He started to see himself as being confused or even a victim. He lost it emotionally and said in one scene that Christine had stabbed him in the kidneys. This showed how much he valued her freedom. In the end, Kody's public responses showed a guy who was struggling with identity, rejection and control all at the same time. He said mean things, but deep down he was afraid that Christine's leaving was a reflection on him as a husband, father and leader. It became more clear as he talked that this wasn't something he agreed with. He was still trying to understand it but wasn't able to. The point of no return. When everything was finally calmed down in the Brown family, Kody Brown finally spoke out about Christine. It's not good. Longtime viewers were shocked when he said something that made waves on fan sites and in the news. She was never really his love. In the middle of a fight or a tense confrontation, this wasn't said. During a candid interview, it was said in a clear, almost cold way. In Kody's own words, he didn't love her that way. It came as a surprise and changed the course of 25 years of shared life, children and a spiritual bond. Fans had been following their relationship from the start, through pregnancies, raising a child, and emotional ups and downs. The comment shocked them. Kody had been married for more than 20 years to someone he didn't really love romantically. This made people wonder what had been keeping their relationship together and, more importantly, what Christine had to go through during that time. Kody then made it clear that he and Christine had always been friends and that he thought they had been better as friends than as love partners. He said that their relationship was based on parenting each other and being a part of the society, not on closeness or intimacy. In one show he said, "We were better friends than lovers." This made what he had said earlier even more emotionally powerful. When I thought about it now, his words shed new light on the many years of mild emotional neglect Christine had talked about on the show. She had said many times that she didn't feel supported by Kody and was lonely. Now Kody's words seemed to back up those thoughts. His words showed that there had never really been a deep romantic link between them in the first place. He also said he felt bad about how the marriage ended, not necessarily about the marriage itself. Kody agreed that things might not have gone as planned. He stated that he didn't handle the breakdown well, and that things got worse as their anger and lack of communication grew. But even these thoughts felt like they were limited. Most people didn't pay much attention to how Christine felt during those years, or how hard it was for her to keep the relationship going. There was more though. Sources who know what goes on behind the scenes say Kody told producers, "Christine is not the woman I thought she was, not even close." He said this while venting to the producers, which suggests that his anger and disappointment went much deeper than what he showed in public. Whether he meant that comment as a jab or just an expression of how he was changing, it showed that he was still trying to understand how his ex-wife had changed into a woman who had grown, healed, and found happiness after leaving him. That change might have been something Kody couldn't connect with the Christine he knew while they were married to multiple people, but what it meant wasn't just for Kody and Christine. His admission also caused arguments among his other women and children. Kody could be married for 25 years and still not feel love for his partner. What does that mean for the rest of the family? The comment was a metaphor. There was a pattern of emotional distance that may have been a part of many of Kody's interactions that he never fully understood. What made the moment so powerful was that it was over. For Christine, this was the strongest sign yet that she had made the right choice to leave and that it was time. People who watched the show got proof that the Brown family's emotional foundation was much weaker than it had seemed at first glance. When things finally broke down, there was a quiet, almost scientific realization that love, as we know it, is two-way. In one of the main marriages of sister wives, there had never really been anything emotional or long-lasting going on. Now that the truth is out there, once it was open, there was no way to go back. The damage. After Kody Brown said in public that he didn't love Christine and that their relationship lacked real love, Christine quickly responded. But Christine's answer was clear, focused, and sharp, unlike Kody's comments, which were based on his mood and sometimes seemed to contradict each other.